Hello, everybody. Hello, this is interactive. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, Lucy. My name's Lucy Siegel. Thank you for making it this far. This is exciting, isn't it? This is what we're all here for. This is what we're all working towards. This is Pitch and Invest, the winner's grand finale. We've got a very, very exciting program coming up for you. And you are going to meet the judges and the participants very shortly. Very exciting. But first of all, I want to introduce you to Martin Tanto from Pegasus Tech Ventures, who is the organizer of Startup World Club, and he's phenomenal and is going to talk us through it now. So can we have a big round of applause and any cheers and any noise you want to make to welcome Martin to the stage? Here we go.
Oops. Hello. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Startup World Cup. Startup World Cup is actually the biggest global startup pitch conference and pitch competition in the world. We do what we do here in over 50 countries and regions, and each trying to find the regional winner from each country, from each city, that we're going to send to Silicon Valley to pitch for the $1 million investment prize. My name is Martin Tanto. I'm a partner at Pegasus Tech Ventures and an ambassador for Startup World Cup. And I've come here to welcome you all and make sure we're going to find that winner from London from Reset Connect. But before we get going, it wouldn't have been possible for us without the great collaboration with Reset Connect. So a big round of applause for Reset Connect for making all this happen and for getting the amazing startups here on stage in just a second. Just a little bit about us. I want to be brief. So we are a global venture capital firm based in Silicon Valley. We have over $2 billion in assets under management, invested in over 260 companies. Some of them you see here. We invest in DoorDash and SpaceX, Airbnb, 23andMe, X, SoFi, and many others. And we do this to be really close to the local ecosystems in North America, in Europe, and in Asia. And at our grand finale, I'll tell you in a second more about it, we actually have amazing speakers. Always here are some of the last ones that we've had. So Steve Wozniak was there, the co-founder of Apple, Mark Randolph, co-founder of Netflix. Vinod Khosla was actually in our last one in December from Khosla Ventures, Ira Ehrenpreis, board member of Tesla, and many, many others. Speakers as well as past judges. We actually work very closely with many of the other venture capital firms, as well as with incubators, accelerators. As you can see here, from Y Combinator, the president, Tim Draper from DFJ, David Cohen, the founder from Techstars. So these ones or others will be the ones, our judges at our grand finale then in San Francisco. We're going to have over 10,000 applications in total from startups around the world for our 50 different regionals. We're going to have 50,000 attendees if you count everybody together. We're going to be in 6 continents and all, trying to get this $1 million investment prize. But let me say you something about that. It's not just about that $1 million. $1 million is amazing, but everybody that we're sending to Silicon Valley is a winner. You're going to have the opportunity to speak and pitch in front of 3,000 attendees. Lots of people from the media, lots of investors, lots of corporates are going to be in the audience. And just a few images here of where we've been and where we will be for our 2024 cycle. So we started in India, but we're going to be in Silicon Valley, in Brazil, in Canada, and Thailand. All of these countries that you see here, and Georgia, and Atlanta, and Pakistan, and Spain, in Boston, in Greece, and Austria. We're actually going to do something very similar what we do here in all of these countries, cities, and regions. And here are our grand finale winners from the last 5 years, 2017, Unifa from Japan. 2018, then we had the winner from the United States, Collabs. Abivin from Vietnam in 2019. Then we had a few Corona years. And then in 2022, SRTX from Canada. They do sustainable women's clothing manufacturing. In 2023, we had Analyst from Japan. This was just now in December. Analyst does step throat detection via AI just by taking a picture of inside of your mouth without doing the usual swap. So this is what it took to win our 2023 Startup World Cup Grand Finale. It's going to be from October 2nd to October 4th at the Hilton Union Square in San Francisco. We're first going to start with semifinals the first day, then some workshops, and then on October 4th we're going to have the grand finale. Some of the stuff I've already told. We're going to be there, of course. Everybody from Pegasus Tech Ventures is going to be there, including our very own Bill Reichert. He's our senior partner at Pegasus. He has quite an impressive career in Silicon Valley. He founded Garage Technology Ventures together with Guy Kawasaki many, many years ago. And if you're interested in his book and in his pitch secrets, then get a copy from Getting to Wow on your Amazon or local bookstore. I have prepared a trailer, a quick video for you. Let's see if that works. Let the games begin. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you, and thank you for being in London and bringing this here. There is the trophy, and did you see the size of the trophy in the trailer? Wow. Okay, I'm going to introduce you now to two of our favourite people who are going to moderate this. Ben Keene, who I've known since the dawn of time, it feels like, co-founder of Raaise, and Veli, who's the founder of Kind Community. Come on, let's give them a big welcome to the stage. Woo.
Thanks, Lucy. Thank you very much. Now, Lucy, I remember being in a pub in Islington 20 years ago. Sustainability, when's it going to take off? You wrote books, you went on TV every day for us. And here we are. It's been too long, but we're now in big venues. We're scaling up. We're investing lots of money. It's happening.
So excited.
Thank you for leading us, Lucy. And it's so great to be part of this session. Those standing that want to sit down, I get standing is good. If you want to sit down, the seats down here as well. So Jana and I have spent the last 2 days, thanks to all the setup from Reset, basically watching amazing pitches and hearing brilliant investors ask very technical, challenging questions that would blow any dragon out of the water. And my one big takeaway reflection before we hear the finalist pitch is that this is happening in this country. Climate technology startups are really firing on all cylinders, whether it's in battery tech, the future of fashion, the built environment. Some of the best startups in the world are happening here. And not only that, but I've just met and connected with some of the best impact investors that I've come across at any event in the last few years. So well done to Reset Connect for bringing us all together. And I just feel that with the potential change in this country in a week's time, that this industry is going to hopefully accelerate because we need it to. So well done to all of you. And Jana, the master of startup pitches, what have you taken away from this week?
Well, firstly, I feel like I'm super humbled and proud and honored to have been sat next to such incredible entrepreneurs. What stood out to me was the incredible diversity of the founders. And it just goes to show that, diversity, it thrives with innovation. It's solving the biggest challenges that we have today. So incredible to be part of that and listen and hear such amazing, emotive storytelling through the pitches that hopefully you'll be witness to some of that after this.
Amazing. So the format is 4 minutes for each founder, which is hard because some of them have had a bit more time back there. It's hard, 4 minutes to do everything they want to communicate. It's hard, but we're going to have to be strict. 3 minutes with questions from judges. Take your own notes, send them notes on their Reset and LinkedIn profiles. Try and support and connect beyond this session. And then we'll have a wrap up and announce the winner at the end. You can do that in the next hour. Are you ready? Great.
I'm ready.
Who are our judges, Jana?
Amazing. Thanks for that. First up, we have Shashank, the Clean Growth Fund. The next up is Matt from HSBC Climate, and then we have Pauline from Madonna Capital.
Please welcome our judges.
Welcome.
Thank you, guys. Come on in. So, quick question, judges. Tell us briefly about your fund, its mission, and what you're all about.
Sure, I'll start. Hi, everyone. My name is Pauline. Ooh. It's a pleasure to be here. A bit about Madonna Capital. We're growth partners to female-led businesses at the Series A+ stage. We're industry agnostic, and we actually help our portfolio companies with investor readiness, help them with the strategy, and then to help them grow and scale as well. I'm also a fractional CFO.
Hi, thanks everyone for coming. So Matt Jolley, I'm Director of Climate Tech and Sustainability at HSBC Innovation Banking. So we support early stage companies with debt finance alongside equity raises, starting from Series A onwards.
Hi everyone, my name is Shashank. I work for Clean Growth Fund. It's up there. We are an early stage venture capital fund based out of London, investing in climate startups in the UK. We have quite a strong climate angle to it, and it has to abate certain tons of carbon dioxide emissions. We have 19 investments in the portfolio and always on the lookout for the next exciting one.
Brilliant. I'm going to be on clock watch, so founders, when you get to 3 minutes, I'm going to wave at you here and I'm going to cut you off at 4 minutes. Don't worry, you have 3 minutes more to chat. Who's up first? Jana?
First up, and I want a big round of applause from each and every one of you here today. We have Safia Qureshi from CLUBZERØ.
Hello. Hello. OK, we're here. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I'm Safia, founder and CEO at CLUBZERØ. I'm going to be looking at you as well as you guys today. Very excited to show you what we're building. Let's start with the problem. We have a huge waste issue. Waste simply is not going away. It doesn't disappear. Compostable packaging is not compostable. It's all going to landfill and incineration because it's contaminating general waste streams. Plastics, about 9% of them are being recycled every year. And the fundamental problem that we have with plastics is that 127 countries have now responded to ban them, which is fantastic. And this number has doubled just over the last 6 months. So we know that this number is going to rapidly keep increasing. So what does that mean for us? It means an opportunity. The green packaging market is about 232 billion. This covers everything from packaging that you might use for your beauty products, for food and beverage, for cleaning. It's an immensely large-scale operation. It includes compostable packaging, reusable packaging, returnable packaging. So that's what green packaging market does. We are focusing our energies first on tackling this space by looking at food and beverage, and specifically in food and beverage, looking at food service. So it's a very mammoth area. You've got to start somewhere. So how does it work? So you're seeing, first of all, at the top, a number of packaging products. Now, how we transition single-use to reuse is that we approach FMCG brands, quick service brands, retailers, and we support the transition away from single-use packaging by introducing multi-use packaging. Now, we've built our entire core AI technology on top of GS1 global supply chain standards. This is what all of these brands are currently using, so it's really critical that we built something on an existing platform that can plug and play very quickly. Now, on there, we have created individual serialization because multi-use and returnable packaging that you buy, we have to enable you to return it. So we need to know individually who has borrowed it, where it's been returned, and be able to give you your deposit back. So hence, we've created a serialization which is completely specific to CLUBZERØ. So that's the first step with packaging. We've also introduced, you'll see in here, CLUBZERØ branded products. We've introduced a line of about 12 packaging SKUs, which enable us to service the food service space. Then, as part of our return system, we provide drop points. We know that the convenience for borrowing is also the convenience of returning. So people need to be very quick and easy in terms of dropping off their used packaging. So we supply the drop points, as well as the end-to-end collection, servicing, and redistribution of that packaging. So we're an entire one-stop system. Now, how does the business model work? Currently, how We've got 1 minute left. Oh, wonderful. All right. So we save our customers 20% in the first year, 30% year on year after that. We pay on a pay-per-use. So every product that goes through the cycle, we charge a fee, and that essentially enables us to maximize service for about 12 months. So we have minimum contract duration for 12 months, 100K. Competition is immense. We have some players that are doing fragments of what we do. We're very convenient because we're a one-stop shop. We've built an incredible journey so far since commercialization. We've done over 1.25 million in orders to date. We've serviced across FMCG brands, retailers, as well as food delivery companies such as Just Eat. You can see a bunch of names here, and developed 12 packaging SKUs to service the most sort of high volume spaces that we can see. Next steps, we're expanding regionally across the UK. So we've done about 50 or so customer locations and worked with Zedify, who were here today on a panel with us, and we're now expanding regionally. Our team is a combination of experts across packaging, tech. We're all very much in it to win it, and we're funded by Seed Camp, RGA Ventures, Atomico Angel Program. Customers have great things to say about us, so that's very nice. And next steps for us is an extension on our seed round of 2 million that helps us grow operationally across more ops teams, account management teams, but also building our AI technology to guarantee safety and security in the actual physical packaging item that goes through our process. So that's us. Thank you so much.
Well done. All right, judges, over to you.
Just quickly, you mentioned you're looking to scale across the UK as a next step. I was just wondering what the biggest kind of pain point or barrier is for you as you scale.
I mean, right now what we're seeing a slow in sales pipeline duration takes us about 3 months longer than normal to close. So we're seeing a market impact on sales growth, but this is across the board that we know is the case. Operationally, we are looking for distribution partners because we are very, very good at a city scale model, and we can lock in pricing within a certain radius. So hence, cities work really well, and we have a city-by-city scale expansion, which is very replicable. But when we get customers coming to us, such as Compass Groups, Aramark, they have customers all over. So they're not just in cities, because if you are, let's say, you're a Barclays, you have London branch, you have Northampton, you've got Manchester, and so they want an even spread of our service. So that's where we come into this sort of chicken and egg. Okay, we are really good at London, but how do we replicate this? Then are we looking at it Bristol, Newcastle? So it's that next stage of operational thought process and pricing. That's where we're going to next.
So talk me through your commercial model. You're saying pay per product, like per
use,
unit,
per cycle.
per use.
That's right.
And and you've got an AI technology around that. Talk me through
Correct.
what the AI does.
Okay, so starting on the first point, multi-use products, every time they go around the cycles, we charge them for the servicing fee. So for delivering, for collecting, for servicing. And that is almost like for like to compostable packaging. So the cost on that is almost like for like. So that's the model. It costs no more to switch to CLUBZERØ, and it's zero waste. On the AI side, what we recognize, one of the first things that customers are concerned about is how do you guarantee safety and hygiene and cleanliness of a multi-use product that might be used by multiple people. So in the same way as we go to restaurants and we use the same plates and utensils every day in and day out, how do you scale that? So we use AI technology, we're building our AI technology to do two things. One is to eliminate the human part of what we're doing manually, where we are observing products as they're coming back to see if they're damaged, if their condition is not optimal. That's okay for thousands of units a day, but how do you scale that across multiple brands, multiple geographies? You need some sort of camera training technology. So what we're doing is we're training the AI onto our packaging first, and as brands add their particular product into the scope, we will take that packaging, we will literally do everything we can that we can damage. We'll record all of that, and we'll train the AI to recognize that and remove it from distribution if we feel that it's unfit for reuse.
Thank you, Safia. Sorry to jump
Amazing.
in. Time's
Thank
up.
you.
Well done. CLUBZERØ.
Round of applause.
Thank you, judges. Next up, we have Joe from Windscope. So keep clapping. Yes. Thanks, guys. All right, Joe. Off you go.
Thank you very much. So yeah, I'm Joe from Windscape. I'm co-founder and CEO, and we are a business software as a service platform. Oh, sorry. Hopefully you can hear me. Business software as a service platform, focusing on multimodal AI for renewables asset management. So we are currently raising our seed round of 1.25 million, and if any of you are interested in investing, be very pleased to talk to you. So what's our mission as a company? So we aim to be the leading power generation asset management platform, specifically driving a change, a paradigm shift through the application of multimodal AI. So we believe that the way that we utilize platforms and software is going to fundamentally change over the coming years and quite quickly. And we want to be at the forefront of that for our industry. So the team behind Windscape are myself and my 4 co-founders. We are all energy sector engineers and scientists. We've got background in civil nuclear energy before coming to renewables and low carbon energy a few years ago. We are addressing a problem with underperformance of renewable assets, and where we started is in the wind sector. In the wind and solar sector, which we're addressing by the end of this year, we see around 7 billion in lost generation due to unidentified underperformance and also faults that go unforeseen. So this isn't due to a lack of data, it's due to a lack of intelligent ways of interrogating this data, and that's where our platform comes in. So our product has been built over the last 3 years alongside the ORE Catapult and a number of commercial turbine-owning partners, and at the heart of our platform lies our game-changing turbine performance and health analytics tool. It leverages proprietary machine learning that we've built alongside those guys to automatically identify deleterious operational modes and allow asset managers and engineers to get ahead of their problems and avoid downtime. But it's not just about how we deliver those insights now. We're taking the first steps as we speak to delivering our own LLM to allow flexible and infinitely tailorable ways of exploring the hugely powerful insights that we're generating through our back end. And this is our first step towards the future of interacting with these kinds of softwares. And we're really excited about bringing this to market at the beginning of 2025. So in terms of traction so far, we incorporated as a company at the beginning of 2023, and we've come through a successful trial period with a number of operators, validated our product, and are bringing on board our first commercial clients as we speak. We've got a number of engagements across the industry and development projects offshore, as well as with significant industry partners on marketplace functionality, so already exploring actively other verticals. Market size, just across solar and wind, and just operators, we're looking at around 1.45 billion ARR currently, exploring other near-term verticals that we're able to address. That rises to over 3 billion ARR. So I think I've somehow managed to actually come in early there on the 4 minutes, but thank you very much for your time. Really pleased to take some questions.
Joe. Yeah, good.
Could you talk a bit about your business model? Are you going to charge on a hardware as a service? How are you calculating that ARR?
Sure. Okay. So in terms of software as a service, we're not a hardware supplier, so we're not looking at installing sensors. So part of the challenge of developing our technology was we didn't want to have to get into the turbine, get onto the solar string or whatever it may be, and install sensors. In part because that reduces scalability and it also increases CapEx and therefore increases the barrier to adopting our technology. So a lot of the work we've done over the last 3 years, and actually the most cutting edge part of it, is we can get insights analogous to installing really high resolution hardware solutions, but only with the data. So, and in terms of our addressable market, what we've done is we've scaled our per month, per megawatt price across the global fleet, essentially, across wind and solar.
I was just wondering what the competitive landscape looks like for you.
Yeah, sure. It's a great question because there's a number of platforms out there that purport to report about commercials and technical KPIs around wind turbines, around solar. And there's a really important but slightly nuanced difference here with our platform. So whereas most platforms will stop at the point of saying this is how much energy you're exporting from this turbine, from this string of solar panels, what we do is we go into each and every data stream from every sensor within that SCADA system or coming from that asset, and we deploy bespoke machine learning models on those to come up with a super high resolution insight. So rather than saying your wind turbine has a problem, go and have a look at it, we're saying your generator has a problem with this particular bearing, or your gearbox with this particular bearing, and we can see that these are the periods that it was problematic over, and these are the related systems that are trending in a deleterious manner. So it gives you a lot of really, really high resolution data, so you can do root cause analysis and come to a level of confidence of ordering a part from our supplier partner that we're working with, or indeed sending out a technician or agreeing to pay an OEM to go and do some maintenance.
Thank you so much, Joe. Round of applause, everyone.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Catherine. Up next, we have Catherine from Dashel.
Green to flick it forwards, is it?
Thanks very much. I founded Dashel Cycle Helmets, the only cycle helmets manufactured in the UK in this space, made completely from green and renewable energy. I'm not going to try and scare you into wearing a cycle helmet. We wear them for just in case, to keep the sun off, for occasionally putting your head down on the cycle path. Really, the benefits to your health and your mental well-being of doing cycle riding to get about really outweighs any risk. And we want people to make more trips by bike. So we're saying you don't need special equipment to ride to work, wear your normal clothes and put a helmet on. I have a great team, small but perfectly formed and ready to scale, and some key advisors, Will Butler-Adams, CEO of Brompton Bicycle, and Simon Duffy, who founded Bulldog Organic Skincare, and some great factories in the south of England. So some selected highlights since we launched. We have the Team GB Olympic license. Don't panic, we're not going to be worn by the velodrome riders. We're all about slow cycling, slowing down and enjoying the ride. And actually, Team GB want more people to get on their bikes, and that's where they like us. They've commissioned us to make helmets for the athletes as they ride about the Olympic Village on their scooters or their Bromptons. We have a collaboration with Sea Shepherd launching this year. Sea Shepherd are an incredible ocean conservation charity. They clean up the seas, removing the plastic nets that litter the ocean. We pay to have them turned into loops that we put into the back of our helmets. And we are going to be giving them 10% of the proceeds of everything that we sell. So we have a big opportunity. We've been worn by Sandara, a K-pop star in Asia. And now we are seeing photo shoots from all over the Far East of people showing what they're getting up to with their Dashels on their travels. But we have an issue. Interestingly, in Africa and in Europe, we have oval heads. So actually, we've found that in China, Japan, and South Korea, we only fit 20% of the market. So we're fundraising to make rounder head molds, which will also make us a more inclusive brand throughout the world. Growth markets for us are China, 350 million electric bikes with helmets becoming a legal necessity. And we have a global brand who has a subsidiary there, which is going to sell us on their Tmall channel. We're doing well in Japan and South Korea with the small percentage that we fit. And in North America, the land of the car, they are putting incredible investment into cycle lanes from Austin to Atlanta. And it's becoming one of the fastest tech-free activities as Silicon Valley realize it's the only way to get their kids' hands off the screens is to put them onto handlebars. So we have a clear route to 10 million by 2029 with the distribution that we have. Brexit's been killing us. We need to get into Europe and have our warehousing there. We've designed our helmets to be recycled, and we're also looking at what other brands we can recycle with our partners. So we want to do a helmet amnesty. Helmets need replacing every 5 years or so we will start that in 2025, 5 years after the COVID boom, and we would like to expand that to a partner that we found in the Netherlands. 1 minute. So why invest in Dashel? We're a unique product with a strong brand. We've got robust UK manufacturing that's ready to scale. I think I'm most proud of the collaboration that we've done with Sea Shepherd, and this year we launched a kids helmet. Kind of sums up what we do. We've designed a kids helmet that grows with the child, so you swap out the adjuster for pads. We will then recycle it when you're finished with it and give you money off the next size off. I am really tired of the younger generation being told that it's up to them to solve the climate crisis. We just need to teach kids to pick up litter and get them off the screens, onto bikes or out for walks, and just let them have the freedom to discover nature for themselves. Then they're going to make the right choices when they're older. It's up to us grown-ups to not develop products if we haven't thought about how they're going to be disposed with at the end of their life. We need to put some of that budget that we put into the launch into the whole product life cycle, and in that way, we're going to solve a lot of the planet's problems. Thank you.
For that. Hello? Thank you for that. My question is around the competitive landscape and the barrier to entry for a big brand.
So the barriers to entry are large. It takes years. Even big brands, UK brands who've tried to launch Circle Helmet have discovered that it's too much time and too much money, so they buy ours. It does take a few years development. However, in China and Taiwan, there is fantastic helmet manufacturing that people can use. But we have found that in Europe, America, and the Far East, people actually want to buy a British-made brand because they love the heritage of the cycling brands that are here already, whether it's Brooks Saddles, Brompton Bicycles. So there's a real niche that we've found to people who want to buy UK-made accessories with something with a slightly more eccentric look.
I was just keen to understand a little bit more about your route to market.
Sure. We have been traditionally 80% wholesale. So we've grown very much by growing through stores. We would like to do more D2C. Rather than ploughing money into Instagram adverts, we would rather have helmet amnesties, do the PR around why helmets need replacing they say every 5 years. We're actually testing them. We're pulling back some of ours and saying, is it really 5 years or should it be 10 years? The foam inside degrades over time. And also, half our market don't wear a helmet, another half don't even cycle yet. So we see a big route to market just as infrastructure grows throughout the world. I mean, look at Paris. There are now more cyclists than cars.
Just wanted to understand a bit more on differentiation. Like you mentioned the recycling part of it. How are you doing that? How is your helmet different from other helmets out there?
We are, as far as you know, the only cycle helmet that's actually set up their own recycling program in the country where they've launched. So we chose the ABS plastic shell because there is quite a big value in the secondary and tertiary recycling for it. So that we already have somebody who's keen about, particularly as we can give it to them in specific colours. So it's something, to be honest, we'd like everyone to copy. We're going to launch our own helmet amnesty, but long term, we'd like to open it. We'd like to be the first to market, but we'd like to open it up to all other brands to do the same and to share the costs with us.
Oh, we working? Hi, everyone. Here we go. Round of applause for Catherine Dashel. Up next, we have Ankita from Firstplanit.
Hi, everyone. Judges, if you don't mind, I would love for you to see the screen because you're split between everything. And I'd be totally happy if you're looking the other way, and then I'll pick up questions after. Because I do have quite animated slides, and I want you to see that. So I'll talk to the audience, and I'll pick up questions later. All right. So, hi, everyone. I'm Ankita. I'm founder and CEO of Firstplanit. So let's get going. All right. Selecting materials and products is a total nightmare for developers, contractors, consultants, and their teams. They specify more than 3 billion tons of materials and products every year. This equates to almost half of all pollution, waste, and CO2 emissions on the planet. Today, they're expected to go beyond performance, cost, and aesthetics to pick materials that meet ESG, carbon, LEED, BREEAM, WELL, social impact, health impact targets, often during a single project. On top of that, good or bad product choices also depend on location, type and size of building, area of application, and end users' goals. Meanwhile, manufacturers are investing in robust data, innovation, and transparency, but fail to understand how their investment matches up in the market. So both sides of the market have a problem. Impact analytics is extremely complex. Deadlines are tight, teams are small, experts are expensive and hard to find. And I know this because I spent 2 decades working as a sustainability leader, architect, and project manager. And I've witnessed this growing chaos firsthand. So I quit my comfortable job, put a team of brilliant coders and researchers together and pulled my CTO co-founder out of Amazon, and we built Firstplanit's digital solution. Firstplanit solves decision-making problems at the level of a product, a project, or across a whole portfolio of projects. At its simplest level, it captures, standardizes, and models environmental, social, health, and monetary impacts of products. A bit like a food nutrition label that displays a product's properties graphically and numerically. But it does so much more. An intuitive planning tool helps non-technical users quickly find, compare, and specify materials. It optimizes decisions to suit site, building, and project goals, and allows for smooth team collaboration and rapid impact iterations at a very low cost. But the best part is that it's a breeze to deliver carbon, waste, cost, social impact, health impact, lead, BREEAM, well reports in a single workflow. So what makes us unique? Existing tools are like libraries or limited to carbon accounting or list information qualitatively. Firstplanit is differentiated because we deliver quantitative multifactorial outcomes that are so critical to de-risking decarbonization. With multiple market-leading advantages, it is also an excellent business. We're tapping into a £6 billion market that's rapidly greening and growing. We have 2 revenue channels. Specifiers pay per project or subscriptions for detailed impact reports. Manufacturers pay yearly for data benchmarks and customer streams, and that adds up to 52 million in 5 years, but with other streams it doubles in 6. Alongside, our own impacts are impeccably measurable across multiple scales. Version 1 of the tool is launched, and we've started generating early revenue. We have more than 200 globally significant businesses are very interested in what we're doing. Our customers love what we're building. They've reported 80% saving on the projects, and it's no surprise we won 5 industry awards already. So we're opening a round, and we're going to use the money to fulfill the demands of our 200 businesses in our pipeline. We're going to continue to improve our tool to serve this growing market. And ultimately, there is no perfect product or solution. What Firstplanit is doing is helping people make the best choices that they can. By reducing chaos, bringing people together effectively, we're enabling future decisions today. And in doing so, we're rapidly accelerating health, well-being, and sustainability in one of the most polluting sectors, the building industry. So join us, and thank you.
Okay, judges.
Quick question. You mentioned 80, firstly, very good presentation. You mentioned 80% saving per project. Is that saving on carbon, saving on time, planning the project?
Saving on planning time and team costs. So what we're doing is we're now starting to actually accrue up what the exact impact saving is as well through the decision-making process and how we're improving it. But in the first instance, teams have reported 80% of efficiencies within that decision-making process. Right now, it's 7, 8, 9, 10 different consultants. It's circular. You saw the diagram. It's literally, making the rounds. And everybody's effectively evaluating the same product, but it's a different expert looking at a different piece. It's almost like the elephant problem where, people are looking at different parts of the elephant.
You touched on kind of early customers. I was just keen to get a bit more understanding of kind of who these customers are, kind of what segments they're in. Is it the manufacturing, construction, kind of where you're seeing early traction?
Yeah, so we've actually actualized both sides of the market, and we've proven revenue from both sides of the market because it is a symbiotic relationship. So we have some of the world's biggest consultancies. Sorry, I can't name names, but I can tell you later. We also have retailers, very prestigious retailers and developers. And on the other side, we have manufacturers, both innovative, young companies that are creating, sort of amazing new products, but also established businesses that are trying to understand how their product looks in the market. We know they have a lot of data, but it's not synthesized. It's floating around in ether almost.
How do you validate the suppliers? Because there's a lot of greenwashing.
Yes, and that has been, we're 4.5 years in. So we've done a lot of R&D. We've created a framework of evaluation, a system of evaluation, a standardization model, and we've created a gateway system. So when raw data comes in, it gets mapped, not just at the level of product, but across all the different sort of certifications and compliance requirements. But the main work has been, what is that framework? What data do we need and why? And also to create a framework that is standardized, so like-for-like comparisons are possible.
Thank you, Ankita. Well done. Congratulations on getting on there. All of that in that time. We pass that on to Mark, who's coming up next. We're halfway through. Judges, okay? Breathe. Your brains are operating in overdrive. You are the humans in our climate tech loop right now, so thank you. Halfway through. Quick shout out. Is Anjali from Triva in the building? Triva with 2 E's. You're pitching in about 10 minutes, Anjali. You need to be here. If anyone would like to pitch Triva on Anjali's behalf, look up Triva now, and you can come and give it a quick 2 minutes, see if you can win without actually working for it. Triva with 2 E's and a V. Next up, we have Mark from Smartfill. Smartfill, even. You are not making pills yet. Smartfill.
Where do we start? Is that it going, starting? Hi, everybody. My name is Mark. I'm COO of Smartfill. Smartfill started roughly about 2 years ago. Our initial objective was to figure out how do we provide more affordable food for communities based on the current cost of living crisis with everything going up. We came up with Smartfill, which is a food home care ATM. We do hygiene products, hair care, that kind of stuff, as well as rice, oats, barley. The main objective is affordability. Affordability is key, and we're looking at preventing plastic from ever actually reaching the ecosystem. So, why create new flexible plastic and recycle it when you can actually avoid it entirely? Traction to date, we've been running a lot of pilots and trials with some actually really, really decent brands. Unilever in Bangladesh and Kenya have actually extended our pilot so we can go from several stores to 20 stores in a geolocated graphic area. We're in commercial discussions with Tiger Brands. Tiger Brands is the largest food manufacturer in Africa at the moment. And Kellogg's as well. They want to go straight to the commercial model once we are already at that phase. Funding at the moment, we're much earlier than all the other guys. We are sitting at the seed stage. We're looking for roughly $1 million. And that is, again, to create this 20 stores within Nairobi, Kenya, 20 stores in South Africa, and 20 stores in Bangladesh, to create a geo-fenced location where wherever the users go, wherever the customers go, they come into contact with Smartfill and are able to do a refill of their daily products. The problem, as I'm sure you all know, is getting worse. Consumer purchasing power is going down, and the cost of packaging, lo and behold, is going up, so plastic is getting more and more expensive. And as consumers purchase smaller and smaller pack size, they're increasing the amount of pollution that exists in the environment. In Bangladesh, for example, we have these 6 milliliter sachets of hair shampoo. And those 6 milliliters of hair shampoo contain 2 grams of plastic. So 1/3 of the product is plastic. If you put all of the sachets together that they sell in one month across India and Bangladesh, that would go around the world. So that's a significant amount of plastic for one single-use hair wash. So what the opportunity is to sell in smaller quantities, sell in smaller sizes, whilst maintaining the hygiene, the trust, and the brand recognition within the product. We've been able to, through our trials, discover that we get 3 times increase in sales to retailers. The brands get a bigger margin, and affordability to consumers is roughly about 10%. Obviously, it varies depending on the product that you have. And as you all know, 50% of the waste from a household is in the FMCG space. Your rice packaging, your noodles packaging, all that kind of stuff. I think it's roughly about 12% of the global plastic that comes out of households. So I'm going to skip further to the business model, this is that trial. We're doing half a ton of food through one store in South Africa, Johannesburg at the moment. So we're doing quite a substantial amount of volume. Business model. As we speak to the manufacturers provide us with product because we're going straight to the actual factories. We provide them with marketing and data revenues. That's the presence on the actual dispensers themselves. We then provide the margins to the retailer at a reduced cost as well. And the consumer gets a lower cost per gram product. So essentially, the brands, the retailers, and ourselves, we all get increased margins by simply removing the plastic packaging in the process. If you look at it, if we have 100,000 dispensers in the market, our ARR will be 25 million. We're looking at roughly 9 months return on investment for the 9 months to return on investment for the devices once we hit scale, and that's it.
Hi, Mark.
And I'm done.
Judges, question time.
4 minutes is not enough.
It's not. My question is around the hardware, the management of it, the useful life. How are you thinking about, kind of cleaning it and repairing it?
Our primary partner is a company called Smollen. Smollen are a brand activation field services company within the retail space. They 85,000 employees. They're present in 14 countries across Africa, Malaysia, India, Europe as well. And them being our primary partner, they have presence in all of these retail stores. And we have a standard operating procedure. At the end of every month, you've got a deep clean. Every 2 weeks, you've got to do X, Y, and Z. And they're doing support for us as well on an ad hoc when the devices break. But our last trial, we had 98.9% uptime. So the devices are pretty sturdy.
Could you explain a little bit more about your supply chains? And are you kind of leveraging the retailers that you're partnering with? Do you build your own supply chains? Are they local? Are you looking at it on a...
We're currently in the process of building our own supply chain. The big brands like Kellogg's, as an example, they said, we get the device, we understand that refill reuse is the way to go. It completely negates the need for flexible plastic. However, can we actually take over from the factory to the actual retailer, the supply chain part of the process? So we have a hopper. It's a 20-liter hopper. It's a plastic container that's food safe. We've gone through the whole process of getting it certified. And we do a reverse logistics process. So the empty hoppers go back to Kellogg's or Tiger Brands, they fill them, we stick them on our trucks, send them to a warehouse facility, then to a mini distribution center, and then on to the communities from there. So we've taken over the entire value chain for our hopper refill process.
How are you solving for the single-use sachet problem? Because that's more a purchasing power challenge in countries like India and Bangladesh. More than it's an affordability problem than buying more.
Exactly, but it's interesting. It's not. It's an affordability problem that they've solved as an affordability problem by providing a 6 ml sachet, which circles the globe in sachets. What we've actually designed is we have a 4-unit dispenser. We provide a 125 milliliter little polypropylene plastic bottle. We initially gave them away, and then we discovered that the bottles end up on the street because they're free. So what we said was, you pay easy numbers, you pay $1 for the 125 mils, and you get a 10% discount if you bring the bottle back. And lo and behold, in Dhaka, Bangladesh, we have 100% of the people bringing the bottle back. And that bottle will last 50,000 years. It's a pretty indestructible bottle. So that's how we solve this. So the people can get 6 mils, 12 mils, 18 mils. They pay 2 taka, 4 taka, 6 taka. Do a free flow process as well if they want.
Thank you so much, Mark. Pleasure. Next up is Joe from SOLIVUS. Silver.
Hello everyone, my name is Jo Parker-Swift and I'm the CEO of SOLIVUS. We are lightweight solar specialists, and you can see a couple of the products that we deal with here so that you can see what we're dealing with. These are not our products, we don't manufacture them. But what we do is apply them to the real world. Thanks. I've got an assistant. What we do is apply them to the real world. So we've tested them in real life, tested them in sunshine. We know which ones work. We know which ones don't work. We know the energy that they're going to generate. And what we are doing is decarbonising the built environment, which is the biggest problem in the world that causes the world's CO2 crisis. SOLIVUS will be known as the global company for lightweight solar solutions. We thought that was ridiculous a couple of years ago, but it's already happening. We have 3 revenue streams. The first one is commercial buildings, massive buildings like this. 40% of commercial buildings can't take the weight of conventional solar, and those are big buildings. So we're dealing with the biggest problem in the world and the biggest buildings in the world. Then when we move on to construction, I should point out that some of these big buildings also, just like this one, have membrane roofs. And they have inside massive data centers, or they're manufacturing food or beverages, and they don't want to penetrate the roof, and they don't want water going into the building. So we don't use any mechanical fixings, we use industrial glues. So we figured out all the gluing. For the construction sector, you can't normally put solar on these modular cabins because of structural issues. So we put lightweight solar on top, we've got batteries and a backup diesel generator, drastically reduces the amount of diesel that's used and saves construction companies. We've got contracts with Balfour Beatty. We've got a new contract with Balfour Beatty that's going on right now, where we've got solar on the roof, batteries and hydrogen fuel cells, 0 diesel on that construction site, saving lots of pollution. And a SOLIVUS arc is the third thing on here. This is where the journey started, because I wanted to invent a solar tree for my house. I didn't want to put solar panels on the roof. So a ground mount structure is made from organic solar, no rare earth materials, no deep mining. It can be recycled at the end of its life. It can be upgraded, and you can take it with you when you move. It's the cleanest energy you can generate, very low carbon footprint to make it. Has to be the exact shape. It's got a really strong patent that's passed, and it's filed all over the world. This is my 3rd company that I founded. I've done 2 before, sold them. Some of the team have come with me on this one. We do a turnkey solution, engineering, design, installation, reporting, ongoing maintenance, and we've wrapped all of this up because we've worked it all out. We've figured out the formulas. We've wrapped it in finance with partners as well, and we might start doing finance ourselves. We have biggest achievement to date. We have a procurement contract with BP. It took us a year to get it. It was exhausting, but now we've got it. We got it about a month ago. We're decarbonising their own assets, and they look after the biggest companies in the world, and we're decarbonising those. So there's a theme. The biggest problem in the world, the biggest buildings in the world, and we're working with the biggest companies in the world. We've achieved an enormous amount in a short space of time. We've targeted these verticals, we've achieved sales, we've raised money, we've been on BBC, we're working with the biggest companies, and we are looking to raise money to scale. We need help to scale, because these numbers on this board for our projections are not just made up, it's not wishful thinking. They're real projects that we are delivering on now, and we need investment. We're raising 6 million to scale to help save the planet. Please help us. Thank you very much.
Well done, Joe. Judges.
How does the performance and durability compare to the heavy solar panels that are out there?
Yeah, really good question. So people were nervous and have been delaying getting into this area because historically it wasn't so great. But now actually the durability, the warranty is exactly the same. It's 25 years, and actually the performance is almost the same as well. The only difference is it's slightly more expensive. So we're really clear to say that we don't compete with conventional solar because we can't on price. We're only competing with grid energy prices and focusing on the buildings that can't take the weight of conventional solar.
I had a question around kind of competition and the defensibility of your product. So you're using product manufactured by others. I think you said there's IP in the application. I was just wondering how unique that is and how defensible it is.
Yeah, well, obviously in the home, the consumer product, we've got a really strong patent for that. For buildings like this, you know, we've done all the testing, so we know which ones to use, which glues to use. We've got a lot of knowledge and know-how. But actually, the competition at the moment we're seeing as collaborating. So we're actually drawing in companies that might be interested in this space to collaborate, so we can deliver on some of these large projects. The other way that we're developing moats is actually the tech. So a building like this is perfect for microgrids, and we are working on projects with large companies like this, putting in big batteries that play on the grid so that you've got ancillary income from the grid as well, linking into EV charging. So building moats with the tech, linking the generation into the other technology, and all that learning and working with these big companies, we're just keeping ourselves ahead.
What does your sales cycle look like? You said you took a very long time to get your first customer. How do you plan to scale?
Well, the first customer was really difficult, and a massive shout out to Northampton Saints Rugby Club, because they were our first customer and they've recently won the Premiership, so well done. Hope we got you some luck. Everyone's was quite nervous because it was very new, but now that we're doing more and more, the confidence is building. But the sales cycle is quite a long time. It's like 6 to 9 months.
And how do you onboard a customer, and when do you start charging them? When do you start earning revenue?
So a lot of the business at the moment is word of mouth and through companies like BP, large companies that are selling other products, and we help them sell other products. So that's sort of how the sales are happening. Sorry, what was your other question?
Well, my question was around your onboarding process and how long that takes before you can actually earn revenue.
Yeah, so once we start talking to a customer, it's probably 9 months before they pay us to. We have feasibility studies and small amount, but then they pay up front for the installation. So it's all cash positive installation. So that's why we're needing the investment to get the teams for those projects to deliver them all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Thanks very much, Joe. Well done. Thank you. All right, we'll pass those straight to George behind you. He's on next. Okay, from sun on our roofs to wind in our sails. George is our last pitch today. Judges, you ready? One more? Fantastic. Thanks, everybody. George, over to you.
Thank you. I'll keep it quick because it's the last of the day. Good to meet you, everyone. I'm George Thompson, CEO and founder of GT Wings, formerly known as GT Green Technologies. We're producing a completely new type of wind propulsion system for commercial shipping to reduce fuel consumption and carbon emissions by up to 30%. We have got our first installation going on a ship in November this year, and we've got LOIs for many more units following the successful demonstration of that first unit. So the problem, why now for shipping? Shipping accounts for up to 3% of global CO2 emissions, and that's the equivalent of a country like Germany. So ship owners are being hit hard by regulations that have come into force already to reduce their carbon impact. What they're lacking on the market is technology that's easily retrofittable, doesn't just keep them compliant under the new regulations, but also reduces the operational cost at the same time. And that's where we come in with Airwing, which is our unique wind propulsion solution. It directly produces thrust to the vessel, so reduces fuel consumption and carbon emissions as a result. We have got a unique patented airflow control device that manipulates the flow in a unique way, meaning we generate a much larger thrust from a much smaller, much more compact size unit. And in comparison to our competitors, that means we have a lot less impact on the operation of the vessel, which is critical for getting these things installed on ships. You can expect between 5 to 30% fuel saving and carbon saving as a result of this technology, depending on the route. And we're generally seeing between 3 to 5 or 3 to 4 generally years in payback period as a result of the technology. In terms of the revenue, we are expecting 114 million in revenue by 2028, and that accounts to 27 million in profit. Now, I'd like to point out that that is a very small percentage of the market. It accounts for about 1% of the market. Of course, we've got a very differentiated product. We are expecting much higher capture of that market, so we're expecting to do a lot better than this with our technology. In terms of the team, we've got a really great team. 2 of them are sat at the back of this room. We've got experts in the industry, really great guys that know their stuff, and there's 11 of us in total now. We've also won Startup of the Year 2023, and we were finalists for SME of the Year 2024 under Maritime UK Awards. So in terms of funding, we have secured 4 million in UK grant funding from Innovate UK and Department for Transport. Now that's to install the first, oh, it's gone. Don't know if I can go back. To install the first wing on a ship in November. That's on a 124-meter general cargo vessel. And we have also secured 1.25 million in seed funding as well. And that has enabled us to grow the team, develop the product, and that side of things. We're continuing to raise under this investment because we want to accelerate and capture as much of that market as we possibly can. And as well as the 20-meter unit. We've got a 30-meter and a 40-meter in development. What we want to do out of that is capture the larger ship sizes by 2025, when this industry is going to go through an inflection point. We want to be ready on the market in 25 with 3 products for a full size of ship. If you'd like to hear more or get in contact, please let me know. Thank you.
George. Judges.
Thanks for that. I have a question around your, I guess, supply chain and logistics from manufacturing all the way up to installation.
Yep.
What is the lead time from manufacturing to put the asset to use?
Yeah, absolutely. So from the signing of a contract, we will have a wing on a ship within 6 months for the ship owner. So through the development process now, we are looking at around about 9 months, but once that development cycle has been through, it's around about 6 months from signing of the contract to installation on a ship.
I just had a question around kind of your pipeline and who you're talking to, and kind of loosely kind of how much of your business will be kind of new ship builds and how much will be retrofit.
Yeah, really good question. So the focus for us at the moment is the retrofit market, because they're the ones with the problem. Their ships are operating quite inefficiently at the moment. So that's our primary focus. There's a lot of, there's a huge amount of ships out there. We're talking to a lot of the very big corporates and ship owners and operators on that. As well as that, in the background, we are also developing our new build offerings as well. So we've signed an LOI with Daehan Shipbuilding in South Korea. So that's for the installation of our wings on their Suezmax tankers, so 225-meter tanker vessels. So we're kind of going down both routes. Right now, the immediate problem is the retrofit market, but the new build market is right around the corner.
Wanted to understand a bit on your competition and IP in terms of wind propulsion systems and what's out there already.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few other companies out there already. There's around about 80 installations on ships at the moment. The industry is going from nothing to everything very quickly. That's why we want to be in the right place in 2025. The biggest order so far is one of our main competitors that have just signed an order for 24 ships. That's about 100 installations. What we are doing differently to other technology types is that manipulation of the flow. And what that means is that we are about 2.4 times smaller for the same amount of thrust benefit. So that makes us really attractive to the ship owner, because we have much less impact on the operation of the vessel. And that's why, even though we're slightly late to the game, we're making such big progress in the industry, basically.
Okay, George from GT Wings, thank you. There's George's phone number if anyone wants a new friend. Thank you, George. Well done. Good job. Big hand for our founders. They did that on time, at speed. It's like some of them are like PhDs squashed into 4 minutes.
That was quick.
Judges, now you have the challenge of 3 minutes to find a winner. Put your microphone well away so we can't hear you going, I'll give you £5 if you... Right, good. Now in the next 3 minutes, it's all of your turn to pitch. Everyone's got 20 seconds. Channa, you go first. 20 seconds, what does Keene do?
Thank you, Ben. Well, having built, scaled and exited a couple of businesses, I know how tough it is building a business. So I thought I'm going to spend the rest of my life helping Keene companies grow by navigating the issues that I faced. You avoid the punches in the face building a business. So that's what I do. I help scale Keene companies.
The Keene community is amazing. They're at the front. Okay.
Thanks, Ben. Cool. What about yourself? Tell us what you do.
So I'm Ben Keene with 3 E's. And I'm building something called Raaise with 2 A's. I love vowels. Raaise is a new platform that helps people who are building climate-focused businesses, I don't know if there's anyone in the building, raise money more easily from impact investors. So if you're looking to raise, you want to take the pain out of it, go on to Raaise. It's Australian, raaise.co. Now I'm going over here. That's it. Time's up. Who wants to share what they're doing? This is a good opportunity. This room
Hands up. Let's pitch. Who's ready?
Someone there. Quick. All right, and then I'm coming over here. Wave at me if you'd like to. Yes, you go next.
You going to pitch?
20 seconds. Stand up. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Zach Ajay. I'm the founder of Energy Part. It's a smart tech that helps businesses to reduce energy consumption in real time, to reduce cost and emissions. So currently looking for funding.
Name of your business once more?
Green Part Enterprise, but the product is Energy Part.
Energy
Part, yeah.
Park. Fantastic.
Part.
Energy Park. It's important to get the name right. Sorry. Energy Park. Round of applause. Pitching. Yes, over to you.
Thank you. So, Matt Robinson from GetZero. Think Duolingo for green skills. You've heard about all these great technologies here, solar panels, heat pumps, putting new buildings in that are zero carbon, getting the old ones back again. That requires lots and lots and lots of people to do jobs, and there's simply not enough of them. We help bring new people to those jobs and reskill the ones who are currently in the old brown jobs but could do the green jobs. Thank you.
Amazing. Matt from GetZero. Chana, who's next? Off you go.
Hi there. Jenny Marie Larson, founder and CEO of Planetary Intelligence. We're building a big AI brain of the planet to recommend best practices and solutions to accelerate the transition. So we vote for Planet, the decision intelligence platform, to help with the decarbonization of the built environment, because that's what we need to do, is we need to accelerate and invest with confidence, and these are complex decisions. So
amazing.
that's
Climate
Pi.
change intelligence.
Decision intelligence for investing in decarbonization.
And the brand name?
Pi, Planetary Intelligence.
Planetary Intelligence.
FPI.Earth.
Amazing. We should team up. I run climate AI hackathons, so we should team up and do something together. Anyone else want to pitch over
Who's
here?
next on your side? I've had all the ones on my side.
Okay.
Come on, guys. Don't be shy.
You want to share? If you're looking for a job, this is your time to sell yourself.
I hate public speaking, but I'm going to try and go for this. Hi, I'm Jenny Garvis. I run Mission Good, and I'm a freelance resource for entrepreneurs that want to grow and scale their businesses. I help with things like business strategy, marketing, sales, and fundraising. That's me.
Jenny, I didn't even see you because these bright lights. I know you and see your work online a lot. It's brilliant. Connect with Jenny. Anyone else? Over here. I've got the mic. Go.
Hi, my name is Layla. I'm from Newell Corporate Technologies. And what we do, we make dirty things cleaner, meaning we help to reduce energy consumption by heavy-duty transportation. And we're also specialists in wireless friction, which means that we can make equipment run almost endlessly.
Great. The name of your business once more?
Newell Corporate Technologies.
Fantastic. Anyone? Probably chance for 3 more, and then we're going to get the judges. Yes, sir. Jump up. If you can. If not, stay. No problem.
You can see how tough it is for the judges, rather than...
I'm Kevin Houston. I'm the co-founder of a climate tech scale-up out of Bangalore in southern India. We take the organic fraction of the municipal solid waste stream, put it in a digester to create raw biogas, but then we've got technology that can purify it, and we then compress it into specially made cylinders, and we ship it to hotels and restaurants to displace LPG. We also take the slurry from our digesters and turn that into a carbon-enriched fertilizer, which we sell to farmers to put carbon back in the soil. We think it's the best carbon mitigation solution available in the world today.
Amazing. What was the company name?
Carbon Masters.
Carbon Masters.
We have another
Excellent.
one here.
We're going to do 2 more. So 1 there and 1 there.
Hi everyone, my name is Amy. My name is Amy. I'm from Danone Robotics. We are developing AI-guided multi-picker robotic sorting system that like an octopus. 8 pickers can pick out 8 different things to fully automate the current manual waste sorting process. Thank you.
Robotic sorting. Who's up next? Great.
Hi, my name's Lisa, and if you don't hear everything I say, please come and visit us on stand E200, because both Planetary Intelligence and CLUBZERØ are there to talk to you about how you can leverage data in a way that doesn't kill the planet and is actually there to support and manage sustainability. So we have a very challenging framework for decision making, and we have over 20,000 solutions to make your strategies come to life.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
That's
that.
CLUBZERØ and Planetary Intelligence on E200.
Wow, you brought the whole team. Lovely. How great energy was that,
right.
Ben? Right, guys. Made a decision. Yeah. Have you got your mic? No,
So it was very, very difficult. I mean, especially difficult to make a decision in 3 minutes. Just wanted to congratulate all the founders and pitchers. You all did a very good job. You've dedicated a lot of your time and passion into solving for the world's biggest problems. And you did it all, and you pitched it all under 4 minutes. Thank you for taking our questions as well. They weren't easy to answer. I guess, do we just go straight to the winner? Yeah? So the winner is Smartfill.
Smartfill. Amazing. Where is he? Well done, Mark. Come up and collect your trophy.
In the middle of the stage, please.
To the middle.
There we go. With the judges.
Well, congratulations. You're going to Silicon Valley. Here we go. That's all yours. Oh my God, oh my God. No, stay here, stay here, stay here. Stay here. As high as you can get.
All right, everyone squeeze in. We're having a team photo up here. And then you got to do the selfie with the crowd. No, it's all right. We don't get carried away. Johnny, come in here. All right, fantastic. Thank you. Mark, remember us when you're $1 billion, you know.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Congratulations, all your family. You're all brilliant. Thank you, judges. That was fantastic. Thanks, everybody.